Coming up, it's the Paperwhite, the Soulmate, and the Fitbit, all next on Before You Buy.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Bandwidth for Before You Buy is brought to you by Cashfly at CACHEFLY.com.
Before You Buy is brought to you by Audible.com. To download the free audiobook of your choice, visit audiblepodcast.com/beforeyoubuy and get a copy of Brandon Sanderson's Legion absolutely free at audible.com/Sanderson. Hey, welcome to Before You Buy. This is our product review show on the TWiT Network where we get great products and then we ask our staff to review them, which is, I think, kind of fun. We've got 3 products for your perusal today. We're going to kick things off, I guess, with Ayaz Akhtar, who has the hottest product out right now. I've been dying to see it. Give me that, give me that, give me that.
There you go, Leo.
I haven't seen it yet. This is the new Kindle, the Paperwhite, which it was announced last month, but finally came out just a few days ago.
Right, October 2nd or so. Like, I came into work for it from a vacation just to get my Paperwhite.
And you bought it.
That is mine.
This is your personal copy.
Right.
So, I mean, observe right away that it is very much like the basic Kindle. It's the same size, no keyboard. It's a touch screen, though, which is a little bit different.
Touchscreen is super fast, and one of the things about it, though, no buttons, and there's a long tutorial. If you don't pay attention to it, you're not going to know how to use it because you don't have any buttons.
The other thing I was curious about, you know, when they say Paperwhite, they imply that it's a white screen with black ink, and that's what kind of the holy grail for readers is. This is a little bit less, a little more contrasty, a little less blue-gray than the old Kindle, but still not white.
I have the brightness turned down. I can mess with that, and you can probably see how bright it can get.
Tell you what, let's take a look. Ayaz Akhtar from TNT and Know-How and his review of the Kindle Paperwhite.
I'm Ayaz Akhtar with TWiT, and this is the Kindle Paperwhite, and that's the name of it. People keep making fun of it, saying it's a paperweight. It's not. It's just really thin and light. If you look around the design, kind of very boring, you know, black, matte, one button only. So the thing is, when you get the device, there's a really lengthy tutorial because everything is done on the touchscreen. So I'm going to turn this on, and there's going to be a swipe to unlock. And you can see it's really, really fast and responsive. It's got this tablet-style interface. I can pick a book. You can see the text is really small. And one of the things about this Kindle is that it's got a higher pixel density, so you can get really small fonts on there. I like reading a whole lot of things like that. And you also have that main feature of the light. So we're going to show you the light. Light's completely off right now. We can turn it way up, this little slider. And now it looks really white. And when you actually bring it down, you'll start noticing how gray or brown the e-ink display normally is. And that's, look at the prettiness. Now, one of the things that Amazon did when they did the lighting is that they're saying it's not backlit or front lit. This piece of glass itself is lit, which makes the reading experience pretty nice. I enjoy reading it at night and in low light situations. One of the things I noticed, though, on low light, I don't know if this will be picked up on camera, the light isn't 100% even on the bottom. There's a little bit of unevenness on the bottom, but if you turn it way up, you don't notice that at all. Page turns are incredibly fast, and the touchscreen is very responsive. That's really fast. As you can see, this is the ad-supported model, so when it's turned off, you'll actually see an ad, and when you're going to your books, you'll see recommendations for other books. When you go to your second page of books, those ads disappear and you have this lower ad. So if you want, you can buy a different version. This is the Wi-Fi special offer version, so it's about $120. You can pay a little more, get no ads, and even get a 3G radio if you want. But considering I do a lot of reading offline, I really enjoy this device. On the Pro side, it's thin and light, and it's really easy to read on. If you like to try to read on a tablet and you got that big glowing screen in your face, not so great. I really enjoy reading on the e-ink display like the one on the Kindle. It's so light that it's really a great device to read for a long time. On the downside, this black matte finish, apparently I'm a very greasy person. Lots of oily spots there. You got to clean it with some kind of cloth. I'm going to see if I can clean it right now. No, you can clean it if you have a microfiber cloth, but it's something that you might not like after a while. The fact that it's got no buttons, I believe the old one had a home button. You really got to pay attention to that tutorial. So is the Kindle Paperwhite a try, buy, or don't buy? Well, if you like e-ink displays, it's definitely a buy. At $120, the ads, I don't find them too intrusive. I really like the display. It's really crisp, and it's just really nice to read on. I'm a big fan, and I enjoy reading on it, so I definitely say it's a buy if you like reading. I'm Actor with TWiT, and this is the Kindle Paperwhite.
You're not getting this back, buddy boy. This is nice.
That's the Kindle I've been waiting for, because I bought a whole lot of Kindle books, and I saw the Nook Simple Glow, or the Simple Touch Glow, and this device is just perfect. It's got the density that's just, I like really small text, so I can fit a whole lot. Plus, that screen's a whole lot larger than my old Kindle. I had the Kindle 2.
Well, you also, when you said it's fast, it's noticeably faster. One of the knocks on the Kindle was the kind of ugly page turn. It would flash, and that was kind of the nature of e-ink. But now this is so fast that it doesn't really bug you as much to see it. You also made a good point. You really should read the instructions, because it's not obvious. You know, everything's kind of hidden away. But I am impressed. This is gorgeous. Now, explain to me again. You said it in your video, but I don't understand. So this is the light, and when it's all the way up, and here we are in a bright set, that is pretty Paperwhite. That's about as good contrast as I'd expect. But that's the backlight? What's going on?
It's actually a front light. So the device itself has a piece of glass. As far as this is what Amazon said, there's a piece of glass on the front, and there's a light that flows through that piece of glass. So it's not like the device itself is backlit or front lit. It's that glass that's lit, and that allows you to see it. So you're not getting light thrown in your eyes. And back to this whole e-ink thing.
I do like it that it glows. I agree with you. Indiglow or the Nook and so forth makes it so much easier to read at night.
Now, there is some ghosting on that device. If you don't like that, you can have the e-ink entirely refresh each time you turn a page. But currently, right now,
that slows it down.
Yeah, it slows it down a little bit, and you have that horrible black flash. So when you're doing this right now, Leo, it's doing just this small changes.
I see the little ghosting, yeah.
It's really not bad. It's not bad at all. I mean, like, you'd have to look for it to notice it.
It's the same technology is used as in an Etch-a-Sketch.
Effectively, yeah. It's just a black ball.
Instead of shaking it, they turn the page, they do it electrically. I have to say, now that I've held it, and I think that's one thing we probably can't communicate very well in a show like this, it really is everything you kind of hope for. It's light, it's very legible, and I think the backlight is very nicely implemented. When you turn it all the way up, does it really kill battery life?
No, apparently all the numbers that Amazon says with their
2 weeks,
lives,
they're claiming.
that life is based on the battery turn. I mean, the light turned way up on based on a 30-minute reading cycle a day. So the thing is, when you get the device, by the way, it's actually
8 weeks.
The light's already turned on. So you hit on. You have to turn the light off if you want it that way. So it's by default, the lights are on that thing.
And there is a button, one button. It's the on-off button at the bottom, and then the charging. I am impressed, especially at 119 bucks. If I pay 20 bucks more, I can get rid of the ads, but who cares?
Yeah, the ads aren't so intrusive, except when you're looking at your catalog and you see this second bar. I find that a little bit cheesy there. I don't need that. But
20 bucks isn't a lot.
It's not so much money.
All right. Actor, thank you very much for that first review of the Paperwhite. Bad name. People keep calling it the Paperwhite. It's not heavy enough to be.
It's not heavy enough to be, unless it's that one paper, Leo.
Hey, you know, while we're talking about this thing, one of the neat things about the Kindles is, of course, it's from Amazon, as are audiobooks from Audible. Does that support audio? Have you tried the audiobooks on that?
On this device,
there's
no audio jack. They took that away from the Kindle, so you're going to have to get a different device for that.
You got to get the Kindle Fire HD. Now, something cool happens when you have the Fire HD. I gave it to Liz here, so I can't show you because she's taking it home.
I have it.
No, it's okay. One of the cool things about the Fire HD, it does play Audible books. In fact, it has its own tab section up at the top. In fact, it took me a while. You don't need the Audible app. It's built into the Kindle Fire HD. And if you buy a Kindle book and you're reading along, even if you're reading along on the Paperwhite, and you have the audio book on your Kindle Fire or your iPhone or your Android phone, it will jump to the page in audio that you're reading. So you read at home like that, and then it jumps, and now you can listen in the car. I think that is so cool. It's a feature I've been looking for Audible for a long time. Audible is a fantastic place to go if you want to get audio books. We talk about it all the time. I'm going to tell you in a moment how you can get not one but 2 audiobooks absolutely free from Audible.com. Take a look at Audible.com. More than 100,000 titles, fiction, nonfiction. There's The Hunger Games. I'm listening right now to Cloud Atlas. Oh, is it great? Because I want to have it read before the movie opens on Friday. I'm reading like crazy. Now, sometimes people get mad at me for saying reading. It's not. It's listening. I understand, but it's feeling like you're reading the book. That's what's so cool about it. And the book is going in your head, and you're doing it while you're gardening, while you're in the gym, while you're commuting, while I'm driving the kids around, while I'm cooking dinner. I am listening, and I just love it. In fact, I listen on my iPhone. I listen on my Android phone. If you have a Windows phone, it works on that too. It is just fantastic. So here's the deal: audiblepodcast.com/beforeyoubuy. Pick your first book. You're going to be signing up for the gold plan. That's a book a month. Well, it's a credit a month, but 99.5% of the books, they tell me, are 1 credit. There are a couple of longer books that are 2 credits. So most of the books you could choose from. I think Cloud Atlas would be a great choice. But there are many other great choices. Listen to that book. You can cancel at any time. Pay nothing. Book is yours to keep. Now, here's the other thing. They do have a free book that doesn't even require you to go through these steps. An absolutely free book, Brian Sanderson's Legion. This is a kind of a fantasy novel. It's actually a novella, a couple of hours. This is wonderful. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to be a member or anything. Or if you're a member, you can just get it at audible.com/Sanderson. Immediately, I got it. This is a good way to test WhisperSync if you have a Kindle Fire, because you could use the WhisperSync for voice on this. And the book, I think, if you want to get the Kindle version, is just a few bucks. Audible.com/Sanderson to get Legion. It's kind of cool. This guy he's kind of channeling multiple personalities in this kind of hallucinogenic way. It sounds like a really, really great book. I cannot wait to get it. And a great way to get a taste of Audible without any obligation. That's audible.com/Sanderson. Get the novella completely free, but I also encourage you to get the full-length Cloud Atlas or a book of your choice at audiblepodcast.com/beforeyoubuy. I was trying to remember what show I was on. I do many shows, you know. Thank you, Ayaz Akhtar, for your review of the Paperwhite. Now it's time for Liz Romero. When you watch TWiT, sometimes you might see somebody bouncing in the background. She's actually on a ball, as I am. Was it my bouncing that inspired your bouncing?
Always. Everything in my life is inspired by you.
Oh, I'm in deep trouble now. So how many bounces? Because Father Robert Balliser arranged with the folks at Electric Imp to put a counter underneath your ball. How many bounces?
It's down right now.
Oh, wow. What happened?
It takes 4 AAA batteries every 3 days because of it counting as much as I do.
So they're going to give you a plug-in one.
Yeah, they're working
They
on
had
that.
no idea.
They didn't
But
realize.
when you first started doing it, how many bounces a day were you doing? Thousands?
Like over 30K.
30,000 a day?
Yeah.
Wow, you must have incredible thighs. That's a lot of work.
Then you on the top. Yes.
Wow. So Liz, we gave you something fun to review. This is, now, don't confuse this. Jawbone has the jam box.
It's not this, it's this.
So you have a Jawbone jam box of
Yeah.
your very own. This is from Jabra, which is another company that makes Bluetooth headsets, so you might confuse with Jawbone.
Yep.
And they call this, I love the name, the Soulmate.
Yes, it's very cute on its punniness.
Same idea, a Bluetooth portable speaker system.
Yeah, this one's just more rugged. It's just if you want to be going to the beach, if you're going to be traveling somewhere, it's very compact and.
Did you take it out for a spin?
I did. I took it to the beach and there was dogs running around. I was drinking a beer. I had it in its sound bag and it survived and no sand.
Let's take a look. Let's roll that tape here.
Hi everybody, I'm Liz from TWiT and I wanted to tell you about the Jabra Soulmate speaker. Well, nice packaging. Let's see if we can get this opened up. Push and pull, push and pull, push it. Oh. Anyway, so this is a Soulmate, kind of little punny. I think it's shaped like a shoe. The nice thing about that is it has, so if I'm going like this, moving it a lot, it's not going to really affect it. So the Soulmate comes with a bunch of goodies. Comes with your USB cable, your AC adapter, and then you also have your sound jack right here, which is nice and compact. So you don't have to worry about having it lost it or you forgot to bring it to you to the beach. As for the accessory that I really ended up loving, this is actually called a sound bag. The nice thing about this is I'm one of those people where the only reason why I get portable speakers is I want to go to the beach, I want to go to the river and float down it, or I want to go sit poolside, or I want to have this in my bathroom so if I'm taking a shower I can sing in there and not have to worry about any condescending looks for my voice. So the nice thing about this is it fits right in, protects it from sand, if you have dogs running around you, any moisture. I know when I brought my jam box to Hawaii, I actually ended up bringing a lot of sand back in it, which wasn't the best for it. There's still sand in there. So the nice thing also about the sound bag is that I really could not tell a difference when this was on or off. I actually did a blind test, had my friend take it on and off, and I could not tell a difference. So this is fantastic. I would just get it for just the sound bag. So another great thing about the Soulmate is the battery life. This thing lasted me an entire workday once, where I had it a medium speaker, and it sounds great inside and outside. So for the pros, the nice thing is it's really compact, really rugged, and it will survive a lot of outdoor activity. That's huge. Another plus is the sound bag. This thing will make it so it's protected. You don't have to worry about sand, water, moisture in a bathroom. Really great. Last pro is that it does have really great music and sound projection. That was filling up the entire studio here when I was blasting some music earlier. But some of the cons are it doesn't do that well with bass. When you turn up all the way, sometimes you do get some static, and also it's $200, whereas the competitor is 30 bucks less. So it just really depends on if you're gonna be using this outdoors, this would be the thing to get. So is this a buy, try, or don't buy? I'm actually gonna give it a buy if you're an outdoorsy person and you want this thing to survive it. All right, thanks guys, and this is Liz from TWiT.
But you wouldn't expect a speaker that size to have great bass. Let's hear it. Let me hear a little bit of it. How hard was it to pair up for Bluetooth?
Easy.
Easy?
Connected.
It's doing the same thing as the Jambox does. It talks to you through the connection.
And it's good also for phone calls. It was really good for phone calls as well.
Yeah. I used it the other day, the Jambox. So let's rock out the joint.
This gets loud.
Aha.
Yeah, it's not really vibrating the room, but it sounds good.
Yeah, it's good.
Great for the beach.
Yeah, it's really great for the beach. I don't have to worry about dogs running around me and sand getting into it. Because that's what happened when we went to Hawaii. Sand got in this thing, and I still haven't been able to get it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. All right.
You jammed your jam box?
With sand.
Grr.
The Soulmate, S-O-L-E-M-A-T-E from Jabra. Very comparable. Given the choice between the Jambox and the Soulmate, you choose a Soulmate?
They're just different. They're really different.
Okay.
This is definitely like Posh Spice. This is Sporty Spice. You just don't put them in the same
Which
thing.
one's the sound better? Jambox?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I have a Jambox. I'll keep it. Now, we were mentioning how you count all your bounces, and you and I both do something. We kind of monitor our activity levels, not just with the bounce baller, but you also use a Fitbit. This is your pink-lined Fitbit. Plum. And I used a Fitbit for a long time. Actually, I've gone through 3 or 4 of them. I lost one in Paris. I lost one at the San Diego Zoo. These fall off my belt very, very easily, I have to say, I find. So you put this in your bra.
Yeah.
It's a little bit big for that. I've been using, as Sarah Lane and others have for some time now, the Nike Fuel Band. This is a whole category. It started with the Jawbone Up, which, by the way, failed and has been pulled off the market, and they never brought it back. They invented this category. It all uses the same technology, Philippe Kahn's Motion X technology, which is XYZ axis sensors that can sense motion. They're just fancy pedometers, frankly. There's a new company called Lark. Is it Lark Life?
Lark is the company. The product's called Lark Life.
Lark Life. They're making another kind of band, similar price, with some sleep features. In fact, your original Fitbit had some sleep features. So Fitbit has done some new stuff. You know, Fitbit might have been the first. I remember when they announced this, they launched it. It was very exciting. Then the Jawbone Up, then the Nike Fuel Band, and then now the Lark Life. Fitbit's come back with 2 new Fitbits. This is, I think, my favorite of them all. This is called the Fitbit Zip. Later this month, we'll see, it's not out yet, the Fitbit 1. Price is right on this, $59. The original Fitbit's $100. The Jawbone, it was $100, I think $150, $100, I can't remember. The Nike Fuel Band is $150. You know, these are all the same thing. They're pedometers. They measure your steps. With some, have some additional features. For instance, the original Fitbit would measure just steps. The newest Fitbit, the Ultra, which I think this is an Ultra, right, measures how many floors you go up. And I always like the Fitbit will show you a growing flower as your activity level progresses throughout the day. That's really what these are for, is to motivate you. The Fuel Band gives you have a goal, and it gives you a little animation when you get the goal. So this is the Fitbit Zip. Let me show you. First of all, it's very cute, and I like the form factor. It's small. They have 5 different colors. This is the green, but they have black and white and red as well. It's a clip that I think I'll be less likely to use. This goes on your belt, but they do say you could wear it in a bra if you're a girl. And I think the smaller size is going to be a little bit more comfortable in your bra than the larger Fitbit. You don't get the flower anymore. You just get a little face. He's sticking his tongue at me saying, "You're being lazy, get up," and he'll smile at me when I get up. This one does not measure floors. It merely measures steps, and then based on the steps, it projects calories. But it does do something I like a lot. The original Fitbit and the Fitbit Ultra, you have to dock. Well, actually, you dock to charge it, but as you bring it close to the computer, the little docking station will also talk to it. This one uses Bluetooth and Bluetooth 4, low power Bluetooth, and will talk to your iPhone or your iPod Touch. So and because it's got a battery built in, it goes 6 months without charging. So no more docking. You can just wear it, keep it on, and I'll get my head out of the shot there so you can see it. And it syncs up automatically with your Bluetooth phone as you've seen it. Now I've signed into my Fitbit account, so it shows me my calories burned out of my goal, my steps out of my goal. It shows you progress. You can also log your own activities. So if you went on a bike ride, the real problem with all of these devices I've found is that they don't measure things that aren't running or walking. So bicycling, unless you're wearing it on your leg, it's not going to measure. Yes, Ms. Romero, you had a question?
Does it track sleep?
This one does not. The new Fitbit one will. Okay. And your Fitbit Ultra and the original Fitbit, you could track sleep, but you have to wear in a crazy bracelet. Yeah. The Lark is going to have a bracelet feature as well. No. The answer is no. This is really just tracking activities, and particularly walking. You can show your weight and a graph of your weight. Really what these are all about, and you can compare it with your friends. So Kevin Rose is beating the pants off of me. He's got 28,824 steps. I've got 54. Oh, I tell you, that Kevin Rose. You can also log food and so forth, but all of that will be done manually. These devices only log steps, and as I mentioned, they're not great on other kinds of activities. For instance, I do an hour of Pilates every single day, and none of these devices really will measure that accurately. So you're just going to have to consider that when you look at your amount. It is a touch screen, and it is a watch as well as a calorie counter. And a step counter, so that's kind of nice. And the touchscreen makes it very easy to switch modes, as you can see. And that's, I guess that's, I don't know what that. Oh, that's how far I've traveled. That's right. So really, essentially, these are pedometers, and that's how many total calories I've burned today. So $59 means this is a little bit more like the $10 pedometer you can get. I got to point out, you can buy accurate electronic pedometers for $10, $15. They don't sync up with your phone. They don't have social sides. They don't do any encouragement. They just count your steps. If all you need is the bare step counting, that's probably a better buy. But if you want something cool with some social features, I find these really do motivate me. I really do kind of pay attention. And as I get towards the end of the day, if I haven't reached my goal, I'll make sure I walk a few extra steps, or I'll bicycle, or I'll take the dog for an extra walk, just trying to get to that goal. And that's the kind of thing you really need. That's what these are really good for. There's the colors. You see, you can wear it secretly.
They just disappear.
Disappears between your breasts.
It looks a bit like a starter device. It's only $60. Seems like it's the first one you get.
It's your first Fitbit.
And you get another one
My first Fitbit. It kind of even looks like that. So pros, of course, the price. I think the form factor is great. I'm much less likely to lose this, and I do like the fact that it's got a touch screen. It is easier to sync. You get right to your iPhone. The cons, it doesn't work with anything but an iPhone or iPod Touch. And by the way, 4S or later, 3rd generation or later. So you have to have a modern iOS device for this to work. And the other con is if all you really need is a pedometer, you can get one a lot less expensively than $59 bucks. Doesn't track all activities. That's another con. It only tracks particularly walking and running. But that's all you expect from any of these devices. The original Fitbit, the Nike Life Band, the Lark, all of these guys really are best at tracking running or walking. So try, buy. I would say absolutely a buy. This is a great little device. And if you're trying to get in shape and just get a little bit of extra motivation, maybe compare yourself with Kevin Rose, this is a great little way to do it. And I think at 59 bucks, it really does everything you need, unless you want that sleep tracking, which really adds considerably to the price. I'd stay with the Fitbit Zip. It's great. My first Fitbit. Hey, that's our last product review for this episode of Before You Buy. I want to thank our producer, Tony Hawk, who's been filling in. We're very excited, Tony Hawk.
Tony
I just called him Tony Hawk.
He's a very busy guy.
Tony Wang.
Tony Wang, yeah.
Tony Wang.
4 letters, close.
Yeah.
One of them is in there. Two of them are in there.
I just called him Tony Hawk, didn't I? Tony Hawk. I'm going to call you that from now on. Famous skater. Tony Wang, thank you for producing this show. Tony will continue on with the show. As you know, Nicole Lee left us a few weeks ago. We have been searching actively for a replacement. We found him, or her, I should say. Shannon Morse, Snubs of Hack 5, is going to join us part-time, not only to help produce the show, but also to do reviews for us. So we're very glad to have Shannon Morse. She'll be joining us in a couple of weeks. We do this show every Tuesday. Supposed to be 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 2200 UTC. Started a little late, about an hour late today, and that will happen from time to time. It's the last show of the day. But we do hope you'll tune in. We'd like to have you watch live. And if you can't watch live, we've got on-demand versions of the show available on our TWiT website. And we always make all the reviews available, sometimes longer, less edited reviews available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TWiT. If there's a product you'd like to see us review, you can email us, byb@twit.tv. Thanks to our reviewers today, Liz Romero and Ayaz Akhtar. We appreciate that. Thanks to you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Remember, you gotta watch before you buy. See you later.